Hello humans and greetings from Berlin. This episode features Emily C. Browning. Emily is an old friend of mine. We went to high school together, and she's a super talented singer and guitar player and songwriter. She's recently been making waves in the crazy world of Instagram, and in this episode we have a good yarn about music, and she plays a few of her songs. So enjoy.
Lover, I can't see you in my dreams anymore. Nobody waiting for me at the door. Not you no more. Lover, I can't see you in my mind. No goodbye, nobody's standing there between the lines. Not you this time. Lover, I can't see you in my dreams anymore. Nobody waiting for me at the door. Not you no more. Lover, I can't see you in my mind. No goodbye, nobody's standing there between the lines. Not you this time.
Is your phone on?
I would just put it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't put mine on that
Oh,
because the bloody screen isn't working.
you just take the battery out?
I might just take the battery out.
Yeah.
It's probably actually does the trick, doesn't it? That's how you pick it out.
Oh, you're already recording.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You sample that.
Yeah, comfy, all good.
Yep, I'm good.
Nice. Hello, Emily.
Hello, Ryan.
What's going on?
I have shown up at your house for a podcast.
Good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
And we're having a nice coffee.
We're having a crazy Ethiopian coffee, courtesy of Churny Coffee.
Churny coffee.
It was on the last podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely top notch, though.
It's wondrous.
Wondrous.
It's like a Ethiopian. I don't even know how to pronounce the name of it.
Do you think it's weird getting the old the noise of it, like in the mic?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've just lost like 20 listeners.
And they're like,
No.
fuck this. I'm out. Yeah, unfortunately we're not live. That'd be fun if we were live.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
One day. So Embo, you're a good friend of mine from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
We've played lots of music together.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a singer and you play guitar and you write songs and you
I do.
do stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so do you.
And so do I, which is good.
What a team.
What a team. What's been happening? What's been going on the last 6 months?
Last 6 months have been kind of weird and unexpected. As you know, I've got this weird, crazy Instagram following out of nowhere. So I'm just kind of riding that wave. Other than that, I've decided to kind of cut back on a lot of excess work that I don't need to be doing, because I think it takes up a lot of my headspace, doing odd jobs here and there, and finding that I don't actually have time to sit down and bask in my own musical stuff. So I've given up some gigs. I've given up teaching recently. As of the last week, I've given up teaching, and it's already it's totally just freed my whole headspace. I'm going to be a bit poor for a while, but I think you just have to kind of do it. And yeah, it's a bit of because I'm going to the going to the States in a few months' time, which is kind of scary because I'm not actively saving for that, but I'm kind of like, I kind of have it in my head. This is kind of hippie, but I just know that it's going to work out, and I know that there'll be plenty for me to work with, money-wise, accommodation-wise, getting shit done. Like, it'll be fine. And I think
how long are you going for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so first week will probably be mostly hanging out in LA, and then the second week will be tripping around. Definitely want to make it to New York and maybe 2 other places, but I'm not sure where to go yet. I'm thinking maybe like Nashville or somewhere down south, like
Houston,
Dallas,
Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
Austin's pretty cool though, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a pretty cool place apparently. So what happened with the Instagram thing?
So August
when was
last
that?
year.
August, right?
August, yeah, 2016. I was just in my 3rd year of my music degree, and kind of willy-nilly posting things on Instagram every now and again, little clips. But there's a guy called Sam Blakelock, who you know, and he went through the same music school as I did a few years ago. He moved to New York, did his thing, started his Instagram page, and he's really business-minded, so he grew that quite naturally.
It's called Pick Up Jazz.
Pick Up Jazz, that's the one. Yep, and now he's got like 200,000 followers on it or something like that. It's absolutely ludicrous.
So cool.
I know.
So
but
good.
anyway, he posted a song that he'd written. It was a cool little groove thing. It's really hard to play. But I learnt it. It took me ages. I just do not live up to Sam Blakelock's skills at all. But I was so determined. So I learnt it, and I just sent it to him, and I was like, hey, dude, I've learnt your thing, thinking nothing of it. Just kind of appreciating that he writes cool music. Just wanted him to see it, and he did. And he was like, oh, dude, this is so cool. Go share it. And I was like, okay, sweet. So he shared it, and then it kind of blew up a little bit. And then all of a sudden I had all these new followers that I didn't know what to do with. So
it was literally overnight, eh?
It was. Yeah.
Which is pretty funny.
I think I started with the classic, 200 followers.
Yeah.
They're all your friends and family and extended, whatever. And it boosted to 2,000 in like a week or 2 weeks or something like that. It was absolutely ridiculous. So
now what are you at? You're like...
Now I'm at 58,000.
Oh, it's
Woo!
funny. It's
funny. Just been like a whirlwind. I don't even understand it.
I saw you on... you did an Instagram live thing maybe like 3 months ago or something.
Yeah.
And I was like... It came on my phone. It was like, Emily's live on Instagram. And I went on it and it was just like... This was all these love hearts flying around and you were just singing songs. And it was just like these like stream of comments. Play this.
Yeah.
It was just like cracking up. It's so
Play
good.
John Mayer.
Yeah.
That's the most requested of anything ever.
John Mayer.
Yeah. Can you play Neon?
Yeah. You were playing Neon in high school.
I did actually do an Instagram video of Neon because I was like, oh, look, people will love it.
I'll just get a little bit closer to the mic.
Sorry.
A little bit, yeah.
People will love it. So I did do that. Again, took me ages to learn, but I did it. And but still people are like, can you play the new stuff? Can you play everything John Mayer? But that's cool. He's a good artist.
Best John Mayer album?
That's tricky. Continuum is always good, but I really liked Battle Studies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
Assassin was fucking good.
You and I, though, went to see that album toured live.
Yeah, man.
Woo!
And we met him. That was real
that's
funny.
Right. Yeah.
You found him.
I found him.
Emily found... We went to John Mayer in Wellington. It was like like 5 years ago or something.
It
6
was
years ago.
2010.
2010. Oh,
Yeah.
ages ago.
Yeah.
Like 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
And yeah, it was like, Emily, should we go to John Mayer? And it was like, yep. And my sister and her partner came along, and our friend Lucy came along. We went up and stayed in the hostel. And he had an epic show. It was great. And then
I was just buzzing, man.
Emily was buzzing afterwards. Like, she'd had a couple of drinks, but she wasn't drunk. She was just like real high on the concert.
High on life.
Yeah. And we got back to the hostel, and she's like, man, I can't sleep. She's like, I'm going to go find them. And I was tired. I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, we'll see you soon. And then Lucy's like, I'll come with you. And she's like, okay. And then they like ran off. I was like, oh yeah, they'll be back in like 10 minutes. Like, and then I get this text like half an hour later from Lucy saying, oh my God, I just hugged John Mayer. And I was like, what? And then I rang Lucy, and they're like, yeah, is it the Aurora Hotel?
The Intercontinental.
Was it the Intercontinental?
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember it
Yeah.
like it was yesterday.
It was so crazy.
Yeah.
So how did you find them? Did you just go to random hotels or what?
Yeah, well, we started off, we literally walked down the road and we found the first hotel we could find. We're like, oh, yeah, give it a try. So we went in and asked the receptionist lady. We were like, okay, this is a crazy question. Do you know where John Mayer might be staying tonight? And she was like, the Intercontinental. We were like, okay, sweet. And she just knew that was the fanciest place in town.
Yeah.
Or one of the fanciest places anyway. So, and it happened to be just like a 5-minute walk down the road. So went down there. We walked in, and stupidly tried to get up the elevator, and people were like, look, no, it's not happening. So we just hung out in the lobby, and we knew that it was the place because there were lots of other people hanging out there too. Lots of people just kind of sitting around in their John Mayer Battle Studies tour t-shirts. And so we just took a seat at the bar, and I got a vodka and orange, as you do when you're freshly 18.
Dirty old screwdriver.
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Oh, lordy. Bought the drink, sat down, and start hearing this applause. And so we turn around, and John Mayer and his crew are just kind of walking towards the bar, sat down literally in the seats next to us at the, like, on the bar stools, just right in front of the bar. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm going to say. I didn't like plan this far ahead. But yeah, and so I awkwardly kind of said to him, what are you drinking? And he's like, oh yeah, cocktail. I was like, oh yeah.
You bought him a drink?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, he'd already ordered it, and I was just like,
right.
What are you drinking? But they took ages to make it. I think he was getting a bit pissed because they were trying to make it real perfect because they knew. But he was just like, man, I just want my drink. And Lucy got up and hugged him, and I said something awkward to David Ryan Harris, who was there as well, touring with him. And yeah, that was it.
Yeah. And then we rocked up. Were you guys still there? I think you'd left. No, I think you guys left.
Okay.
Because like, I can't remember. I didn't remember you. I remember my sister and Jimmy being there. Mm-hmm. I think you guys had gone. Like you'd done your thing and you were gone. And then like we were like, I was in the same position. I was like, what do I do? Like, he's just sitting at the bar. I was like, what the fuck? John Mayer's sitting in the bar.
You never think that far ahead, do you? You just kind of like, rock in there, and then you're like, now what?
Yeah. And you're like, we're both 18 or whatever. And just like, so what? I think I did the same. I went up and like, Jimmy wanted his autograph, and I was like, I'll get his autograph. Just why not? And so I went up to him and I was like, hey John, I'm going to be a generic fan, but can I get an autograph? And he was like, yeah. And then I said, can you give one to my brother-in-law over there? And he's like, if he wants one, he can come get him himself. And then I was like, sweet.
Fair call.
Yeah, fair call. And then I just sort of like didn't talk to him. But I also talked to David Ryan Harris. I just talked to him instead. I was quite drunk.
Right.
And then like I was talking about music and how cool the show was and stuff. Uh-huh. And then David Ryan Harris was like, you've had a few drinks, haven't you? And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, it was real weird. I was just talking to him, but no one was talking to John.
Oh.
And then like John kind of just like stuck his hand in and he was like, nice to meet you, Ryan. Maybe he's just trying to get rid of me.
Yeah.
But he like interrupted the conversation, was like, nice to meet you, Ryan, and I just like, okay, and then like shook my hand again and then I left.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's so weird meeting famous people because it's like...
He's way bigger than I thought.
know. Yeah, he's a big dude, like tall.
Yeah, real tall.
Yeah. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And he was wearing this like epic kind of suit thing that was kind of... what's the fabric? Like, it's not leather, but it's like pleather, like PU, polyurethane, I don't know, something.
Yeah.
PU leather. And it had all these indentations, like little perforation holes or something in it. It was like this really crazy suit.
Yeah.
But it looked great.
Yeah.
As, as you do when you're John May, you always look great.
Yeah. And it's quite. When you see pictures of him with his like strat on, you can actually kind of see how big he is because the strap looks kind of.
True.
But it's like you didn't really notice before. But
No.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That was
they're
funny.
all just regular people, and people just freak out when they,
Yeah.
it is weird.
We had the same thing like what's the fanciest hotel, and we found Mumford and Sons
Really?
in Christchurch after this show.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. That's right. Yeah.
Just like fanboying and fangirling out about.
There's like a formula to it. You just walk around trying to find the fanciest hotel.
Or New Zealand cities, you can get away with it because there's like only like two fancy. This is after the earthquakes. There's only one left, like the George, and they were there in the lobby hanging out.
Oh yeah.
And we just like hung out with three of them. The banjo player wasn't downstairs, but the other three were. Met them. They were cool dudes.
Nice.
That's quite funny, eh?
Man.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. What have you been listening to at the moment?
Everything. Oh, what a generic answer. I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's start with what's in my car at the moment. It's just gone record store day the other day, and so I went out to Penny Lane and I bought a whole bunch of secondhand CDs. Half of them were like $5 each, like for really good, like old school. Yeah. So at the moment I've got an album by Taylor McFerrin called Early Riser, which is not old school. It's quite new. But I don't know if you've ever heard of Bobby McFerrin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his son.
Oh, I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
That's
I think
funny.
I think he's a drummer.
That's cool.
Pretty sure he's a drummer, but the way he's laid up the percussion and the beats and stuff is just magical. The whole album's quite atmospheric, so it's not a heavy focus on vocals. There are some singers on there, but it's mostly just building the vibe, starting with like a shaker that kind of sounds a bit out of time, but as soon as you put the kind of kick behind it, it's like, oh, that makes sense, and that's why it's kind of so, I don't know, it's magical.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I imagine he's super talented. Bobby McFerrin's like,
yeah, he's a
just
beast.
a freak, amazing.
Bobby McFerrin is on that album.
Is
and
he really?
And he kind of does this crazy like scat solo, and it's all like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
From what I can hear, I don't know if this is true, but the progression in the song goes from like a major 7-y kind of feel to the same root note, but the minor. So
cool.
it goes from major and it just sits there for like 8 bars or whatever, and then switches to the minor. And I personally love that, and the way that Bobby kind of weaves in and out of that is just beautiful.
People seem to do the major to minor less than they do the opposite.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people go from the minor to the major, but like it's always nice. I heard that in a song the other day as well. It was like quite a bad song, but it was like in the chorus that did that as well. Went from like the major in the same chord, same root notes, and the minor is like ooh, and the harmonies changed. And it makes you go,
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. What's his name? Taylor
McFerrin. Yeah. Emily King is featured on that album on one song. Napalm from Hiatus Cody, she's on there. Robert Glasper's on there, I think. And there's a few other guest artists, I can't remember, but it's real good. Apart from that, I'm listening to a lot of... Okay, so on Instagram, there are a lot of other cool artists that you kind of get to meet naturally, and it's like, oh, hey, man, how's it going? I'm from, whatever, London or Kansas City, I don't know. And you kind of get talking to them, and then you realise that they've actually got an album, so you go and listen to that, and you're like, oh, my God, my mind is blown. But there's this album by a guy called Horace Bray. I think the album's called Dream State. And I've been listening to that a lot.
What's
Again,
that like?
It's all instrumental.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he sings on it, but it's not particularly lyrical. He sings kind of like choral kind of cool stuff. Yeah, very progressive jazz.
Yeah.
Prog jazz, I think. Yeah, that's what I would call it. I don't know if that's like the legit thing to say, but that's, what I would say, prog jazz.
Dream States sounds like prog jazz.
It sounds like Dream Theater, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What else am I listening to? I'm just trying to think what I search up on Spotify. I don't know. I was listening to the Bee Gees the other day.
Bee Gees is so good.
Oh,
Have you heard their stuff from the 60s? Like the real early stuff?
real early stuff.
Yeah.
Like what? Like any well-known stuff, or is it more?
I can't even think of it's like before they went on disco and like they're like
No, I
they had
haven't.
you'd know all of them, like they're all like bangers.
Yeah.
But like it's just that real beautiful 60s production.
What about songs like More Than a Woman? More Than a Woman.
I think that's
Is that 70s?
like 70s, 80s.
Oh, yeah.
But before that there's like maybe I'll pull it up in a bit, but there's some real epic stuff from the 60s. It's like the same
Nice.
era as the Beatles and all that, and it's just beautiful production and like
yes.
really nice songwriting, and way less cheesy than I love the 80s shit. It's so hilarious.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
good, but like it's just a bit better. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I still love like Night Fever and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like
It's great.
they're played to death, but at the same time, you listen to the progressions and the harmony and stuff, and it's just
Yeah.
the way that they move through the music and modulate and do random key changes, and it just sounds so natural, and it's like it's not.
How Deep Is Your Love is like masterpiece.
Oh my God.
Like yeah, melodies and progression of that.
That's another thing I've been listening to. A guy called PJ Morton. He's just released an album called Gumbo, and he does a cover of that song. How Deep Is Your Love? But it's like it's so good. It just sits in the groove. But yeah.
It's so cool, man.
What have you been
BGs.
listening to?
I've just been studioing, so I haven't
Studioing.
been listening to much. But
Listening to your own voice.
yeah, just listening
Mixing.
to it over and over and over again. No, what have I haven't really been listening to much new stuff. I think I said it with Mark. I think Mark asked the same thing, but it was DD Dumbo. Is that
You actually told me about Didi
Yeah,
Dumbo,
yeah.
and I did listen.
Yeah,
I
it's
listened
pretty
to
cool.
one of his tracks. I can't remember what it was. It's pretty cool.
It's cool.
Pretty,
He plays a 12 string, so it's like real weird whack guitar tone and
Yeah.
like he's cool and but not much else. But yeah, we've probably been yammering on too long. I think you should play a song. Do you want to play a song?
I'll play a song.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You want some more coffee?
I'm still going on mine.
Right.
Oh, look. Yeah, give me a top up.
Go
Yeah,
on,
go
go
on. Go on.
Before it gets cold.
Okay. Do I switch over to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a condenser set up.
Yeah.
So I'll just do the old
Just slide on over.
switcheroo. Hey. This is that like loud enough?
Yeah.
Be all good?
Yeah.
Wicked. Alright, this is a song called Daydreaming.
When did
Excuse me,
you come up with this one?
End of last year. Okay, so while you're listening, have a listen to the lyrics. Try and tell me what visual you have.
Okay.
Try and think real visual.
Okay.
Okay. Do you remember me? Over the time your wandering mind goes free. Look out the window staring at anything. Or nothing at all, are you daydreaming? And do I remind you of the song that you heard again on the radio? Like it never left your mind, you've given up shaking it off. Do you indulge in your daydreaming? Are
smoking cigars you share with your wife at home. You get so high till you're daydreaming. I know you remember me under the stars in the summer heat, losing ourselves, it's all coming back to you now. You can't stop all your daydreaming. Are you daydreaming? La da da da. Ooh, oh, oh, daydreaming. Are you daydreaming? Daydreaming. Are you daydreaming?
Ah, so nice.
What do you think?
I love that one.
Woo.
I heard that one on Instagram or something.
Oh, you
as well.
did?
Yeah.
Hey.
Or YouTube. You put it up a wee while ago.
Yeah.
But I love that one. It's beautiful. Visually, it's very warm.
Warm.
Yeah. It's like, it seems like it's nostalgic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And like, it's a lot of like maybe sun-basked afternoon, but then like also bonfires, and because there's something about it and fire in there as well, and like
yeah.
it's kind of like hazy, nostalgic dreaming
Yeah.
kind of
Daydreaming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I got from it. But,
Sweet.
But what is it? What's it about?
It's actually not something that it's. When I wrote it, I wasn't like, oh, I'm drawing from this real specific experience. I just kind of had this vision in my mind of, I don't know, like that kind of old school romantic story, like, you know, The Notebook or whatever, where two people spend this like fiery summer together or something like that, something cheesy. And then years later, you find that all these memories keep randomly floating back just for no reason, or you could be triggered by, I don't know, a song, or just triggered by anything. And I wanted to get the visual of doing monotonous daily things, like, you know, walking to the supermarket, or like freaking doing the vacuuming or something, and suddenly like it just comes out of nowhere. You find yourself somehow accidentally thinking of something that happened, you know, 5 years ago or whatever. Yeah, that's what I wanted to draw out of that. And when you're doing your daily monotonous things, your mind is in a place of that hazy, warm kind of glow, even though you might be doing something that you've done 1,000 times over the last year or whatever. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, as the emphasis on it, it's like you haven't thought about it for a really long time, and then all of a sudden it comes back.
Yeah. You accidentally find yourself for no reason, just
in a reverie.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool. Thank you.
Love it. Do you want to play another one? I'm just going to check the gain on those two. It looked
Great.
okay, but just in case.
Looked alright?
And I must say, just be a little bit careful of your pops.
My pops.
On this mic.
On
'cause
this mic?
It's a wee bit pop sensitive, that
Pop
one.
sensitive.
Yes.
The
Of
way
your
that I
pop.
speak is naturally quite whistly and poppy. It's very, very infuriating trying to record, and I'm like,
Yeah. No, that's right.
okay, am I playing another one?
Yeah,
Great.
if you want to. I'd love to. What's this one?
I'm just going to decide which. Okay.
I'll just suss the gain out. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, you do that. Right, switch over. Okay, so this is called All That I Want. Yeah, I'm not going to introduce it. I'm just going to play it. How are the levels?
Yeah.
We good?
Should be good.
Okay. Okay. I heard you were never over, that you're with her now again, and even way back then I thought that we were all alone. And you were so good, eyes like diamonds. I have a heart of gold, and I would believe you any day. I wish that you would lie to me like you used to. 'Cause you're all that I want, all that I need, all that I wanna be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you would stay. You're all that I want, you're all that I need, all that I wanna be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you had stayed. And I've been told that it's time to let it go, 'cause they never change now and then, and even way back then. Don't spend your youth on anything. Oh, and you were so good, eyes like diamonds, have a heart of gold. And I would believe you any day. I wish that you would lie to me like you used to. 'Cause you're all that I want, all that I need, all that I wanna be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you would stay. You're all that I want, all that I need, all that I wanna be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you would stay. Ba ba da ba da 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 da. You're all that I want, all that I need, all that I wanna be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you would stay. You're all that I want, all that I need, all that I wanna be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you would stay. Yeah, you're all that I want, all that I need, all that I want to be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you would stay. You're all that I want, all that I need, all that I wanna be. But I'm okay, I only wish that you would stay.
Let's go into dream states. It's so good. It's so good. You sent me that. You sent me. We demoed that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Cool.
Like a wee while back.
Must have been last year because I wrote it last year.
Was it? Might have been. My chronological time memory is horrendously bad, so I don't know. But it was last time Michael was down. We checked it out.
Oh, no, that was a different song.
Was that a different one?
I sent you.
I know that one too, though.
Oh, do you? I played it at the show that you came to.
That's weird. My memory's real bad. I know.
It's like a dream state theme to this whole podcast.
Yeah.
Daydreaming.
It is the Cosmic Tortoise podcast.
Oh, it is the Cosmic Tortoise. You're so true. So right.
Are you dreaming right now?
Good question. Maybe I am. And what? What are you going to do about it?
Well, what are you going to do about it? You have to dream it.
I don't know. Is it a lucid dream? That's
be.
the question.
Well,
Well,
you have to check and see if it's a dream.
well, you told me the way to check is to look at your hands, right?
Yeah, it's
So
one
you
way.
got to train yourself every day to look at your hands, and if you do that enough during the day, then when you go to sleep, you're dreaming, and you dream that you look in your hands, and if they're all screwed up, like hazy or look munted, you know that you're in a dream, and then you can start controlling it. Is that true?
That's one way.
Uh-huh.
There's a bunch of ways that seem to be universal through like everybody in their dream states. I don't know why, but it's in this book called Are You Dreaming by Daniel Love. It's a really good book, like really comprehensive, has like all these different techniques for lucid dreaming and stuff.
Sweet.
But that's one of them. So you can look at your hands. If you have a digital watch or a digital clock anywhere, you can look at that, and usually a digital clock will be like all messed up, like the digits will be all messed up. If you read anything, like if you look at a book or a sign and then you look away and then you look back, it usually changes. Light switches don't work.
Light switches don't work?
In dreams, you just touch it and nothing happens, the light stays on.
What?
The one that's worked for me the most is you hold your fingers over your nose until it's blocked, completely blocked, and then you breathe in.
Oh, yeah, no, I've done that in dreams before.
Yeah, and then you can breathe in a dream, and then you're like, oh, it's a dream.
I've done that underwater. That's like a recurring thing. Like if I get dunked underwater in my dream, I know that I'm still breathing. I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. So then you can be like, so the idea is you do this all the time, and you look out for anything weird in normal life. I do it in normal life. I'll see I'll see like two cats do something weird and they run across the road or something. I'm like, that's a bit strange. Or something weird's happening or something bad's happening, and I'll test it in real life. And then I'm like, oh no, it's real life. But then I've had some horrendously bad dreams before, like real bad nightmares. And then I've been like, this has to be a dream. And I try it, and it's like, oh, it's just a dream. and then if you like stay focused, you can fly and you can like jump around, but then you can like forget that you've remembered it's a dream again, and then you fall back into a dream. So it's like, it's quite hard. I've only done it like a couple of times, but it's pretty cool.
Didn't you tell me about something? You had this dream, you and Royce, our friend Royce, were in the car together. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were in the car, and then we were in like my Ford Laser.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was dreaming, and I was like, oh, let's go fly. And I pulled it back like Harry Potter's car, and it just like started flying, and we were like flying around. Yeah, that was awesome.
What is it, the Ford Anglia? Is that
that was the Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Ford Laser.
Ford Laser.
Same.
Pretty much, just an earlier model.
Yeah. So how do you go about songwriting? What's your
like my process?
Yeah. What happens for you?
It's such a big ball game. Such a big topic to kind of zone in on. The process is more like a mental thing. So I think there's a lot about, I think that I need to understand when I'm writing, 90% of the stuff that I write is going to be a bit shit or a lot shit. And then the 10% is hopefully a bit of gold. And I think I see it a lot in a lot of people that get caught up. And I used to do this myself as a young songwriter. You write a song and then you're like, oh man, I'm going to finish this song and then play it tomorrow at my gig, or like I'm going to add it to my set, and it's going to be the best thing ever. And but by doing that, you're limiting yourself to a lot of things, to the song that you're writing at the time. It might not actually be that great. So I mean, it's great to practice performing it or whatever, but I think people lack songwriting practice, like daily practice. When you pick up a guitar, you actually have to do the exercises, and you actually have to sit there and woodshed it for hours and hours. It's the same with songwriting. You literally have to practice songwriting regularly. And if you think to yourself, okay, here's a song that I'm writing, might use it, whatever, but it doesn't matter if I do or not, then you lose all that expectation on yourself, and you actually just write something that might be a bit crap. But if you can finish at least, like the chorus of it, you finish like 2 lines of it, get it out of your system, and then pick up something again tomorrow completely fresh. You might be writing something that's way better than what you had yesterday, but you've actually got all these tools and practice behind you to get it finished, and it might be a really good song. So practicing your art just like you would practice anything else. That's the biggest thing I find with songwriting. And I'm not perfect. I don't practice as much as I should, but that's what I've learnt. That's the biggest thing that I've learned, is that you actually have to hone in on the tools and the skills. You've got to do your research on it. Like last year I spent, it was actually a part of my 3rd year project, was to figure out the most efficient way to write a lot of good songs. And I did a lot of research on it. And there's thousands of YouTube videos of people who talk about lyric writing, of people who talk about their way of crafting their music, or even analysing pop songs, analysing what's number one in the charts, analysing a Beatles song, analysing whatever. And it's just like this plethora, is that the word?
Yeah.
A plethora of golden information that you actually have to sit down and research like you would anything else. Yeah.
I think Ed Sheeran did a bunch of that with Beatles songs and stuff.
Did he?
I think, I heard. I don't know.
Did he just sit down and analyse the shit out of them?
Well, you can, and there's like, there's elements and well, especially in pop music that, it's like Queen did a really clever thing, for example, like pretty much all Queen songs have like a melodic bit in every, or a memorable part in every little section of each song. So like the vocal will be in, and then the vocal will stop, and then a little guitar thing will come in that's like,
real
it's not
catchy.
just like a shreddy solo, it's like a melody that you like, you can sing a lot, you can sing all of Brian May's solos, and then there might be like a bass line,
yeah, totally,
bass thing, or there's like a percussion drum thing, or then a piano, and it's like constantly keeps the listener like on their feet, engaged into the thing, and there's a lot of that in pop music, I think,
and it's so subconscious too. You don't know that you don't know why you love the Queen song that you do, but
but that's one of the reasons.
That's,
I mean, aside from the amazing singer and everything, amazingness of the band, but another thing that I like to think about a lot is trying to be a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? My words today are not there. Is it methodical, or like so think about in your verses, you kind of want to be really visual. You want to invite someone into this place that you're in. So that means being really specific about the details, like the coffee cup, the coffee had gone cold or something instantly you can feel where you are, rather than just saying he sat at a cafe. Sensory stuff. Yeah.
There's a good example of that in a John Mayer song, and it always sticks in my mind. Every time I hear this line, I'm like, wow, that's such a good line. He's speaking about, I can't remember what the song called. It's from an early album like Room for Squares or something. And he says something like, I can see clearly an invisible line was drawn, or something like that. And then he goes on to say, she sat there rolling tiny balls of napkin paper. People only do that when they're bored, and he played a quick game of chess with the salt and pepper shakers. They're sitting obviously in some kind of restaurant. Just from that little bit of information, you know where they are, you know what they're feeling, you know the context of the situation. The invisible line was drawn between them. They're separated, and they're not really focusing on each other. They're bored. So I try to think a lot about that. And if I've written a line, I always try and edit it. Like as soon as I've written it, I'll be like, how can I make that better? What word can I use there? How can I make the melody more catchy, or how can I make it less predictable? How can I make it more visual or focus on details? How can I invite someone in rather than just being like, flip, and I was tired. You could say something like, instead of I was tired, you could say the weight of the world was on my eyeballs, or something like that. Just anything, like something whack. And another thing I learnt was something that someone said to me was, you've got to try and say something that's really obvious, but try and say it in a way that hasn't been said before, but not be too like mystical about it. A lot of songwriters, and it works for them, but a lot of songwriters I find get so like metaphorical, you just don't know where you are anymore. It's like so deep. It's like I just don't relate. Which is all good. It works for Incubus. Because like his lyrics are so far fetched. You're like, what the hell? But I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I get that, because you want to connect with people. Especially if you're writing. It depends on your genre. If you're writing like progressive metal, then it's a bit different. But if you're writing like some pop, some sort of pop, somewhere on the spectrum of pop, which I think we both are.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, do you want to play one more?
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do it.
It's good. I'm excited.
Getting the old subbing up. This is on my pedal board right now. I've got a TC Electronic Flashback. It's this huge, big ass pedal. It takes up a lot of room, my pedal board. I need to downsize it, but it's got a cool delay and like a looper and stuff. I've got another TC Electronic subbing up, which is like an octave pedal. Sounds real cool. So this song is called Cruel, and I wrote it and put it through this pedal, and I was like, that's the song that's made it. So here it is. Okay. All right. Like a manic run around rapid, dancing on the devil's habits. I want you more than I'd like to tell my mother anything about you. Sleepless circles under my eyes are hanging around with no surprises. I want you more than I'd like to tell my father anything about you. Oh, help me. This is crazy. I never thought that I would end up with somebody so cruel. 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 Like a static-minded addict, can't be told to break the habit. They say it's all black and white, but all these walls are gray inside my mind. Oh, help me. This is crazy. I never thought that I would end up with somebody so cruel. 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 Oh, help me. This is crazy. I never thought that I would end up with somebody so cruel.
Oh, it's so good as well. They're all really good. Like
Thank you.
everything you've done in the last year, it's been really good.
Thank you.
It's a long way since Head in the Clouds.
Head in the Clouds is something that I wrote in 2008, maybe almost
Really?
10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's how long we've known each other for.
It's a
Even
banger.
longer than that.
It's a banger.
And we played it in a band together.
Yeah. It's funny.
Phoebe found it. My friend, our friend Phoebe from high school, she found a recording of it.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
She showed it to me.
It's probably online somewhere as well.
Probably.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
I've got like Just Let It Go and like those.
Oh
other,
my
like,
gosh,
I've
yeah.
got them somewhere.
Yeah.
Like all those recordings.
Yeah.
With Jesse on drums and
Oh,
Riley.
goodness.
Oh, it's so funny.
The stuff you do in high school. And at the time, it's like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, we were so stoked with it. We had Pro Tools and we had mics
yeah.
and drums.
Was it Pro Tools or was it Sonar?
No, it was Pro Tools.
It was Pro Tools?
In the there was like Sonar and like the crappy for like the year 10s,
Yeah.
year 9s, and then you moved it to Pro Tools. when you got older.
The senior year, you got Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So man, well, what are your plans apart from Murica? What are your plans coming up? What are you up to in the next wee while, next 6 months? What's your plans?
The plan is kind of to have no plan, but also just spend every day doing something towards my music. So rather than setting myself all these goals and stressing out over about achieving them, if I just say to myself, okay, today I'm just going to really work hard on this mix, or I'm just going to work hard on writing this song, I'm just going to make sure I record this vocal track today, or just anything. And if I do that every day, all these little things kind of build up to this cool thing that I've achieved.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's an airy-fairy way of looking at it, but I think it wouldn't work for a lot of people. But I did a personality test recently, and I came up as the kind of person who sees the big picture, not the little details. So when I focus on the details, it helps me see the big picture. So I mean, that sounds kind of backwards, but it works. It seems to work all right at the moment. So, yeah.
Cool. And you've got like, are you thinking of doing some? You've done some recording. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've done some. You've got some stuff at home and like.
I do. I mean, I record as much as I can, but I'm just so aware of how pants my recording skills are. So it's so frustrating. I do try and record as much as I can, but I think my focus is live takes. So setting up myself on a guitar, get someone to video it and just do a live take and release it, and that's it. And then maybe if some fancy pants person sees it and goes, hey, I want to record, I want to help you produce like the real thing, then that's cool too.
Yeah. Cool beans.
It's kind of like, I wish I had a more structured plan, but I really don't.
No, it's cool. As long as you're doing stuff every day, that's like,
Yeah.
that's like you're working on your craft, and that's like, and then you sleep better at night. You know, you're just like, I did something on it today. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
we had
cool.
this conversation the other day, didn't we?
Yeah.
Working on your craft like every day.
Yeah, you're here to do that, kind of.
Yeah.
If you believe that or not, but
Depends
like
what- yeah.
you know, but like that's kind of what you're here to do, maybe.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you just feel bad,
Constant state of just feeling
depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, how can people find you on the internet?
On the internet, and the webs, you can find me on Instagram.
Yeah. What's your handle?
My handle is emily.c.browning, BROWNING. I'm on YouTube under the same name, Emily C. Browning. I'm on Facebook under the same name. We'll hopefully be on things like Bandcamp and SoundCloud and whatever, but I haven't got that far yet. Yeah, that's the best place to find me so far.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
It was good fun.
Yes.
Let's do it again in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Some new stuff.
Some new material. Yeah, cool. Sounds great.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out.
That was Emily C. Browning. Her links are in the show notes for this episode, which you can find in whatever software you are using. There'll also be the names of the songs that she performed. Next week, we have, I think, a 2-part, pretty full-on podcast, so look out for that one, and we'll see you next time.